Uganda general elections. We had a record number of people running across the country, which just means one thing. Muliyo be heartbreak, be batwala speed. Uganda elections are the perfect situation of spending money you don't have on something you don't need. I mean, you look at it this way. 20 million people registered to vote. Of those, only 10 million showed up to vote for president and MPs. Then only 2 million came back to vote for district leaders. Then for municipality and city elections, there were only EC officials and ballot boxes. By the time we reached sub-counties, I think only boxes just showed up. Nonetheless, we planned for it. I mean, Uganda, we are a very planned country. You saw with COVID. So to prepare for this season for people to cast their ballots, hundreds were released from jail. A successful rehearsal was also held in Narium primaries. That's the reason why when the date got near, people started relocating their families. Others relocated their valuables. And in some situations, both families and valuables. Katumba, this guy, to boost his chances, he shot a music video, which he released when we had already voted. That's like someone reading after the exam. And I don't like how Katumba underperformed. As in, okay, I didn't expect him to become president, but I really hoped that he would come out on top of the other 8 that were in the climbing lane. End of the season, I mean, as always, was off to a flying start. I mean, for me, the moment I saw grass running, I knew to say Mbudebadia. 14th January. You know, after having your nika over the weekend, is when you realize that the makeup they used is also the symbol going to be used to show that you already voted. Ina. But without a doubt, the biggest highlight of the season was Bobby Wine. Man, I thought it was something in his name, but man, it was something in his message. Change. A party weeks old, causing a wave we have never seen on the opposition scene of this country. First of all, his entertainment background. I mean, it delivered wins for all people that were entertainers, like everyone that was in entertainment until your name is Miles Ramit. In Hoima East, there were 7 candidates running for that seat. Miles came out 7th. 7th. As in, even if he forces a recount, the best he can be is 6th. That sucks. 149 votes. I mean, that is equal to the days he spent campaigning. As in, he got 1 vote per day. Then, of course, the protest vote. Vote umbrella, vote everything umbrella, take umbrella. If there's no umbrella, create one. It is the protest you want to walk into hoping the term of office is 2 weeks. Even if it brought in good leaders, it also brought in some scams for 5 years. To me, the whole idea felt like going for a job interview and you go with the smartest guy from your class back in school, and when you reach, you tell the employer, please give me this job because me and this guy, same teacher. Anyway, bottom line is, man, NUP candidates enjoyed this election until your name is Nyanzi Centum. Nyanzi, man, what more did you need to win an election? This is the guy that ticked all the boxes. The only candidate. I mean, he was running in Kampala, he's from Noop, and he is Bobby Wine's brother. Nyanzi, what else did you need to be? He's a chairman. Bobby Wine's brother loses in Kampala. That's blasphemy. That's like saying Mary can't enter heaven, yet she gave birth to the guy who owns the place. I mean, I understand the other times that he came short, but this time, after him losing this time, Nyanzi will never get that seat. I swear, as in Nyanzi will never get Kampala Central, as even if he's running alone, never. He even humiliated himself further by going to court, and his evidence was stuff he overheard from his border guy. Losing. Okay, losing is hard, but sometimes it helps when you at least see it coming. For example, Amuriat. At the start of his campaign, he lost his shoes. But nang. Kati buli chimuntu neetaaga mbonye. But of course, we also accept that sometimes there is no sign. For example, candidate Nancy, at the polling station where she voted, she only got 2 votes. Yet they came 3 people in the car. I can only imagine the silence in that car as they were driving. Well, like I was saying, the other major highlight was, of course, the social media shutdown, which for me, I think, is just a case of overreacting. Because, see, this was a situation between Museveni and Facebook. They had a small misunderstanding, then Museveni dragged all of us into it. They dragged me into it. It brought back a very sad memory for me. Back in school, me and a friend, we had missed class, and when we heard the teacher coming, we hid under beds. So the teacher comes in and they notice my friend and they tell him to come out. When this guy was coming out, he peeped under the opposite bed and said, "Mo, they have grabbed us." And like that, he dragged me into what God was starting to do in his life. And that's what Museveni did here. You see, in 2020, COVID pushed businesses out of malls and arcades. And to try to stay open, so many of them went onto Facebook. In 2021, Museveni blocks Facebook. Employee of the year. But it was the presidential address for me. Museveni comes and says, I am here to tell you why Facebook is off when nakoma kutegera. Because I was watching him on Facebook Live. I have never been so scared in my life. But then Don Wanyama made a post. Ministry of Health also posted. UCC made a post. Even Airtel made a post on Facebook to tell us why Facebook is off. I mean, Don Wanyama is the presidential press secretary. He can't be breaking the law. Ministry of Health is government itself. They can't be on VPN. UCC can't be breaking. Even me, I can't be breaking the law. So the only explanation that was left, that was maybe government is going around in our homes, switching off one phone at a time. They just have not yet reached UCC, Airtel. They have not reached Don Wanyama. They have not reached Ministry of Health. They have not reached me yet. Social media shut down. I really just feel for the meme society. I mean, all the memes they didn't use. I mean, those major losses. I mean, the hashtags they didn't get to use. Facebook, Twitter, maybe Twitter. Twitter is one of the strongest social streets, as in, it is very powerful until your name is a war poll. This guy won all the Twitter polls to become MP, all of them. But you guess how many people on Twitter come from Busiro South? And was a Twitter. The social media shutdown escalated to a total internet blackout and 4 days of being at home. Yeah, that Thursday to Sunday, around the whole country felt like the morning when Aleman had just discovered fire. But it was not all bad, because now families got closer, people started realizing how many children they have, couples got closer, started realizing things about each other, that all along the husband was not trying to be romantic, just alinamu endali, katono. Seeing is believing. You ask Busiro South. I mean, the whole area really wanted to vote Sematimba, but could they recognize him? Anyway, just know that in Ugandan politics, what is most important is that the president is announced in 48 hours. The rest can wait. And of course, the results came back. And as always, the first position, you get to be called president. The second position, you win yourself house arrest. Just look at it like high school bullying. For the other positions, we did like we always do. You know how it is in Uganda. I mean, someone bribes you for your vote, then says if you vote him, he will fight corruption. Anyway, as NRM supporters celebrate, Noop cries foul. As NRM says it was the most peaceful election, Noop says Biamukama would have a very successful career as a clown at the circus. I don't know anything. Me, I'm just a mechanic from Chireka. But I really hope we never get to see this level of police brutality again. And I hope that as a country we mature at this thing called political tolerance. I may not know so many things, But someone attacking Baganda for voting Bobby Wine and the person that sets a yellow car on fire, Gombi Malebe. This emotional election has come to an end, and it has taken back our ambulance. NTV has more MPs than UPC, and Museveni's inauguration is going to happen in Kampala, the district he lost the most. That's like having your wedding at your ex's house. But if your candidate didn't win, and you're also not clicking the subscribe button on this channel, what are you doing with your life?